Here's something almost nobody believes at first. Becoming social is actually simple. Not always easy, but simple. And the reason we make it complicated, we're using outdated stories about ourselves like, I'm just not a people person. I always feel awkward. Some people just have it, and I don't. But those stories, they're not facts, they're just habits of thought. And today we're going to rewrite them. In this video, we're going to break down the 10 mental shifts that make being social way easier than you think. By the end, you'll see social confidence not as some magical personality trait, but as something you can build. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding of all. Social anxiety is a feature, not a flaw. That awkward flutter before you talk to someone, that little voice that says don't embarrass yourself, that's not weakness. It's not a malfunction. It's a brilliant survival response. Your brain is wired for connection, because for our ancestors, being accepted by the tribe literally meant staying alive. That anxiety is your brain saying this moment matters. It's trying to help you belong. And once you understand that, you stop fighting it, you start using it. Because confidence doesn't come from feeling perfect. It comes from doing the thing anyway. So if anxiety isn't the enemy, what is? It's inaction. Let's talk about how to get moving. Social confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you train. Every interaction is a representative. A smile, that's one. Saying hi to someone new, that's 2. A short conversation at the coffee shop, 3. The more reps, the more comfort. The more comfort, the more confidence. But don't overload. You don't walk into a gym and deadlift 300 pounds on day 1. Same with socializing. Start small. Talk for 60 seconds. Practice one skill. Eye contact, asking a question, or sharing a story. Each rep wires your brain for more ease next time. But reps aren't enough. You need rhythm. Let's talk about the skill that makes you feel magnetic in any conversation. The 70-30 rule. Want to know the secret of great conversationalists? They don't talk the most. They listen the best. Here's the rule. Let the other person speak 70% of the time. You take 30. Why? Because when people talk about themselves, their brain rewards them with feel-good chemicals like dopamine. You're literally making someone feel good by listening. But not passive listening, not fake nodding. We're talking active, intentional listening. Pay attention to their tone, pacing, and energy. Ask thoughtful follow-ups. Notice what makes their face light up. When people feel heard, they feel safe. And when they feel safe, they want to talk to you more. But how do you keep a conversation from running dry? That's where curiosity comes in. Curiosity is a superpower. It makes you socially unstoppable. Think of people as walking books. If you're only reading the cover, of course it's boring. But ask better questions and boom, new chapters unfold. Try this swap. Instead of, what do you do? Try, what made you get into that? Instead of, how was your weekend? Try, what was the most unexpected thing that happened? Curiosity does 2 things at once. It makes you more engaged, and it takes pressure off you. Because when you're focused on learning about them, your brain has no time to spiral about yourself. And the more curious you get, the more you'll notice something else. People are more than they appear. Here's the 3 selves theory. Everyone you meet is really 3 people. Who they think they are, who you think they are, who they actually are, and the same goes for you. This explains why some people seem cold, but they're really just cautious, or why you might feel misunderstood in a group, because others are seeing a version of you that doesn't match your own. Understanding this gives you patience. It makes you curious. It helps you stop taking things personally. You realise everyone's doing the best they can, with the tools they have in the moment they're in. And once you accept that, you can start weaving conversations that flow naturally. Ever had a conversation that just worked? Where it flowed without effort? That's threading. Every sentence has multiple threads, topics you can pull on. Like, I just got back from a weekend trip to Barcelona. You can ask about the trip. Why Barcelona? Travel in general? What stood out? You don't need the perfect next line. You just need to notice the threads and gently pull on one. It turns small talk into real talk, and it makes the other person feel interesting, because they are. But if you want to make a lasting impression, it's not just what you ask, it's what you remember. Remembering something small about someone can mean everything. You just built connection. How was that interview last week? Did you end up adopting that dog? You mentioned hiking. Have you been back out recently? Those details tell people, I was really listening. I care. You matter. A great way to boost memory. Use the memory palace trick. When someone shares a detail, place it in an imaginary room. Later, mentally walk through the room to recall it. Trust me when you remember even one small thing from weeks ago. People feel seen. But connection isn't just about the past, it's built in real time. Let's talk about what makes that momentum last. Social confidence is momentum. It's not about being on all the time, it's about keeping your engine warm. A 5-minute conversation every day builds more skill than one 5-hour party a month. You don't need to dive into deep talks every day. Say hi to your neighbour, chat with a cashier, leave a thoughtful comment online. Small interactions build rhythm, and rhythm builds confidence. And when you add just a little vulnerability, that's when things get real. Vulnerability builds trust. Want to connect faster? Stop trying to impress. Start being honest. Say, this is kinda outside my comfort zone. I'm not great at small talk, but I'm glad we're talking. These small admissions, they pull people closer, because when you show that you're human, you give others permission to be human too. Vulnerability isn't about dumping your life story, it's about inviting authenticity. You don't need to be polished, you just need to be real. And here's the final truth. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to begin. The biggest myth about being social? That some people are just born that way. No. Social confidence is built by doing the thing before you feel 100% ready. You'll still feel awkward. You'll still overthink. And that's okay, because awkwardness is a sign that you're stretching. Overthinking means you care. And every attempt is a rep that rewires your brain to make the next one easier. Start small. Be patient. Stay consistent. Because becoming social isn't about being loud. It's about being open. Let's recap. Anxiety is a feature, not a flaw. Social skills are built like muscles. Listening beats talking. Curiosity changes everything. People are 3 layers deep. Conversations have threads. Memory builds connection. Small moments create momentum. Vulnerability builds trust. And progress starts before confidence. You don't need a new personality. You just need new reps, new tools, and a new story. Becoming social is simple, actually. Like this, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and share it with someone who thinks they just aren't a people person. Let's grow together. See you in the next one.